What?
Buying, selling, trading.
Yes. Can I help you, Suryo? Bless his eyes. Yes, I'm Sun in Shadow. Ioki told you I have a plan to earn our freedom, right? It will require finesse. She's a recently elevated Telvanni Magister. Not so set in her ways as the others, and probably more likely to remember her early struggles. I... Yes, can I... She's a Oh, yes. House Telvanni has its warts, but it's a true meritocracy. With enough guile and cunning, even a lowly slave. The Rana's been haranguing the council, trying to get their help in claiming Zane Teroras from House Redrin. She wants something in that shrine. Be cautious in the council house, Sarah. House Telvanni is not just some beast you can slay. Truthfully, it doesn't. Not yet. Telvanni plots take. Do I sense a rebuke? Ah, it was during one of his many escape attempts. I was cleaning Master Otheri's tableware when Ioki burst through the kitchen door, dragging his chains behind him. He threw open the window and started to climb through it. Then he saw me. He hesitated, even smiled. You don't see Mars slaves smile much. Certainly not when they're being... There's an old alchemist's problem.
Yeah! Yeah!
Oh, dear Tywin, how I long to see you smile. Ah, love, how cruel the fates that keep me from my heart's desire and force me to lock away my true feelings. Oh, what does an outlander know about the complexities of Dunmerry love? But you're only trying to help, and maybe I do need a sim. Of course not. Tywin is a slave. My mother's slave. I tried to buy her freedom, but Mother laughed at the mere suggestion that I'd be allowed to sully our reputation with a noir bride. I don't expect you to pay, obviously. It's just that Mother might reveal what it would take for her to release Tywin if it was anyone but me asking. Tell her you've heard Tywin excels at finding Red Star shells. Telvanni wizards prize them, and they're very rare. Most of the locals know that. I couldn't bear gazing upon Tywin since Mother rebuked me. But now, I can't wait to see her lovely face again. I'll be down at the swamp where she hunts shells.
As the world ends, let inebriation bloom.
Lazy vermin. If you want to eat this week, work.
Yes, mistress.
Well, get to it. Now!
Yes, mistress. Sorry, mistress.
Pardon the mess. My slaves require another lesson concerning their work ethic. And they're no good overseer as well. I suppose I'll have to wield the lash. Have my friends been gossiping about her again? You'd think there were no better topics of conversation. Yes, Tywin is my slave. Well, I need someone who can do that too, and I already have Tywin. Seems like baseless slander. Though I do tire of these ugly rumors surrounding my son. 3...
Oh, Tywin, where are you? What I'd give for just a glimpse. Well, did you speak to my mother? What did she say? Knowing her, it's something incredibly unreasonable. 3? 3? That's as many as Tywin manages to fight. No. If Mother found out, she'd never let Tywin go free. Not for any price. It's an unreasonable sum. But the fact that she asked for Reds... I've been training a Nyx hound to help Tywin so she can spend more time with me instead of in that vile swamp. Aside from the Fetch a Fly incident, Nixie's got a solid track record. I'm certain she won't. She's around here somewhere. Nyx hounds vanish when they're afraid, and Nixie's a bit skittish. She'll head off toward the water after I call her. Look around the shorelines, and you'll probably find her digging up shells. Just go where she points. Come on, Nixie, show yourself! There you are. Nixie, go find star shells. Show this nice person where they are.
What are you doing? Stop! Who are you? These are given lands, you know. Take any star shells from this beach and you'll have them to reckon with. He sent you here. To what, spy on me? To find I can't even find privacy out on this forsaken mud. Because this is the one place I'm permitted to go that he's too afraid to follow. Out here, I don't have to endure his constant fawning or pretend not to see him watching me out of the corner of my eye. Love! I'm a slave and he's my master. Or as close as makes no difference. I wouldn't so much as smile in his direction if it didn't spare me the rod. Tell me why he has you gathering red star shells. What's the... Gods, no. Fear of his mother's wrath is the only reason I can keep him at arm's length. If he's getting this bold, I have to get out of here. What Lonus wants for me isn't freedom. Faris keeps my servitude obligation hidden in a house. Steal it for me. I can forge a signature. It won't be perfect, but it should hold up well enough to get me out of Telvanni. I don't want to be bought. I want to be free. After all Faris and Lonus have taken from me, I don't want them to...
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
you're leaving the estate. You decided not to help me, didn't you? I knew I shouldn't have gotten my hopes up. You really did it. You... What's the catch? What do you expect for this? I don't know what to say. I was resigned to my fate before you showed up. Hardly seems real. Maybe it isn't. Not until I'm staring at the shores of the Somerset Isle. I'll need it. You didn't ask for anything, but I want you to have this. Just the gold I managed to hide away over the years, minus what I'll need for passage. Not payment, a gift. For a friend. Goodbye, and thank you so much.
Hey, get away from her! You will ruin everything!
Shut up, you slavering jackal. You see this? I'm free.
Tywin, I was supposed to free you. I was going to take your hand in marriage. It was going to be perfect. You ruined it!
Listen to me, you little swit. I'm not your plaything, never was, and never will be. I'd sooner lie with the maggots than share your bed.
That can be arranged. When I tell Mother about this, you'll wish you'd never spurned me. You'll beg! You will beg!
That was liberating. Don't worry, I know these lands better than they ever will. Thanks again.
Yeah.
And who might you be? Master Erevan is away on business. Has been for some time, in fact. I know a prowler when I see one. What? No one just wanders into a council mouth's office looking around. I should report you. Ah, the one about Zane Tiraris, is it? Well, I could call the guard and be about my day, but I am a Telvanni after all. We don't turn away an opportunity when it presents itself. Perhaps you could help me with a problem. It's a matter of literature, or lack thereof. I wrote a poem, you see, a cloying, drunken mess of a poem. The post delivered it to my darling Vvardenfell. She spends most of her time in the study, here, in the council hall. She's very diligent, always leaning over one book or another. And the way she licks her thumb when she turns the pages... Sorry, the poem's terrible. Plus, if word got to my parents that I'd been courting a wood elf, I'd be written out of the will, repeatedly, with red ink. Then there's all... Why do you think Vvardenfell keeps it on her? She knows that if Master Erevan gets wind of this, he might dismiss me from his service. Clever minx. Working for a council mouth is a fine... She's such a pretty, dainty thing. Not at...
Are you mad? Get away from me!
I hope this is good news. Well, did you get my poem? Quick, give it here! Phew, what a relief. All right. Good riddance to bad writing.
Stop right. The crime you commit is your bondage. Go, and turn away from your error.
Yeah!
There you are. I was afraid you'd been compromised. Were you successful? May I? Ah, a saint's relic. Saint Films. Never heard of him. Says here, the Redarin want it too. To squirrel away in some... Looks like the shrine is locked, protected by some puzzle ward. Luckily, the letter provides some hints on how to break in. Solve the puzzle somewhere between certain and apprehensive. The Telvanni respect... Run? Telvanni magisters wield magics that put Giulianos to...
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
The door is open! Open at last! Hee hee hee!
Here! Yeah! Yeah!
Oh, excellent. Another clumsy adventurer bumbles into my home. I really must put a hex on that lip. Sun in shadow. Oh yes, I know the lizard. An enterprising young mage, if memory serves. Don't look so surprised. Do you now? Well, she's a clever one, isn't she? Even convinced you to do the work for her. Oh, good. I was afraid she'd do something boring with her freedom, like run off into the marsh to worship trees. There, that should be sufficient. Now, take that writ and be off. I have a relic to study.
Can't you see I'm busy?
Do you need something? I'm rather busy at the moment. Oh? Let me see that. Submit to council. Argonian slave free? Feel free to wait in the council chamber. We will rule on this matter soon. One other. I'll give this to the council.
I've imagined this moment since I was a hatchling. I knew I'd be free eventually. They'll deliberate, needle each other a bit, then set me free. I only hope that they'll take me on as a hireling as well. I'll even get my own quarters. Can you imagine that? Not only my own room. Yes, of course. I mean, eventually. We can talk about that later. Truly, I couldn't have done this without you and Ioki. A plan is only as useful as the people who carry it out. You have my deepest faith.
Well, well. What brings a slave to our audience chamber?
I bring tidings from my august patron, Magister Tharana. She would have your masters know that this slave, Sun in Shadow, has earned her favor.
What? Magister Thorana would lend her good name to this thing? Preposterous.
Relasa, don't be as tiresome as your master.
Can we move this along, please?
Very well. Magister Thorana, by right of rank, demands that the slave girl, Sun in Shadow, be freed from her bonds and raised up to a hireling of the great House Telvanni. She belongs to Magister Otheri, does she not?
Indeed. My most beneficent patron, Magister Otheri, acquiesces to Magister Thorana's demands. He is confident that Thorana will remember this kindness in the future. Sun and Shadow, you are hereby freed and lifted up to the rank of hireling.
My most majestic patron, Magister Gothrin, warns you all. Lift up one of these beasts, and 1,000 more will follow. This is folly.
If there's nothing else, I have urgent business in Tel Mora.
You've done well, girl. Do come by in a day or so. I may have some work for you.
Hist bless you, my friend. Sun in Shadow's tail quivers with... Yes, I garden like a caterpillar, one leaf at a time. Even so, I accomplish more in one day than these dark elves do in a week. But indirectly, my Sun in Shadow leaves nothing to chance. She must climb to a higher branch on the Telvanni tree, one she calls Retainer. Once she claims this title, she will set me free. So I plant myself like a sapling and...
Welcome, Sarah. Sorry about the mess. Believe it or not, this place feels like a palace compared to my old slave quarters. With any luck, I won't stay. I'm glad you asked. Retrieving scrolls and relics, gathering up roots and mushrooms. That's what the Magister... Real estate. Surprised? Good. Master Firith's been making secret inquiries, looking for land near Voss. Ioki knows a farmer who may be willing to sell his plot. I know I could count on you. Here's the gold. I'll not pay a drake more than what's in that pouch. Mostly because I don't have a drake more than what's in that pouch. Ioki can provide more details. Or you can just ask around Voss. Fantastic! I bought new clothes, see? And no more sharing a room with 8 other people. This space belongs to me. It's mine. Best of all, I can stop hiding. I don't have to tuck my tomes under blankets or hide scrolls in my bodice. I can just be. Of course, everyone works for the Magisters in one way or another. Hirelings occupy the lowest rung on the ladder. I enjoyed more freedom than most, it's true. Most of the Marshborn slaves hated me for it. Called me smokes. I harnessed my ambition. Served my masters with loyalty and discretion and earned. I told you before, these things take time. I can't simply buy him because hirelings aren't allowed to own slaves, and I can't just set him free. Archmagister Otheri. None of the other magisters would have him. Too many escape attempts. Then there's the matter of magical aptitude. The Telvanni... Doubtful. His magic doesn't operate by the same rules. From what I gather, he wants to build... I only need him to...